Howdy do, buckaroos. Welcome back to the channel. It's a nice, beautiful Sunday here today. We're stopping at the ATM real quick because I found a screaming deal on the Facebook. Got the co-pilot in the back with me, but we're heading about 10 minutes from the house. Found a screaming deal on a 6.2 diesel, and I'm gonna show you guys that, and I'm gonna tell you what I ended up paying for it when we get there. But this is kind of my thing. Any of them pop up fairly close to me, and I spend my Sundays and Saturdays going to get them. So I will keep you guys updated. I'm going to stop right here at the bank real quick, pull out a little bit of cash, and we're going to go pick up this sweet motor. Alright guys, so we're here back at the shop. He was kind of way out in the boonies, so I figured we'd just haul back to the shop and show you the treasure that I just picked up, boys. Got a screaming deal on it, and I'm going to tell you what I got before I tell you what I paid for it. So I'm going to flip the camera around here and show you guys this gem. Alright guys, so as you can see, got us a 6.2 here. It's, as you can see, turboed, and as you can see by that turbo sticking all the way up over there, Banks turbo kit 6.2. Only things this turbo kit is missing is the pipe from there to the intake, which is easy to fab, and the exhaust pipe that goes from there to this manifold, which again, I have zero problem fabbing that up. But it's got the oil feed line, oil drain line, the manifold, everything. So this thing, the CDR setup, mechanical injection pump, of course, because it is a 6.2. It is a 660 block. Again, verified that it is a 6.2. Two-piece rear main. So I assume this came out of a square body Chevy. Judging by the vacuum pump, the turbo setup far forward. The whole reason Banks put the turbo so far forward on their kits was actually for the square body Chevys to clear the HVAC box. Whereas if guys are putting a 6.5 turbo engine into a square body Chevy, the factory 6.5 turbo setup will not work with factory AC because it is back here and hits the HVAC box. That's why Banks put it up there. So that's another reason why I'm thinking this was a square body 6.2. But like I said, 99% complete Banks turbo kit. Would have to get the downpipe, which fab that up for whatever truck it would go in. Downpipe, your charge pipe, and this other exhaust pipe from here to there. But when I tell you guys what I paid for this dadgum thing, none of that missing stuff is gonna matter. But other than that, pretty well complete. All the injection lines are there. Someone cut this water line here, but nonetheless, missing your accessories here, but it's got the bracket over here. It's actually pretty clean. It was just sitting out at the guy's house. He honestly didn't even know what the engine was. I had to tell him what it was when I got there. He was ready to scrap the dadgum thing. Posted on the Facebook Marketplace and said, "Someone please come get this and put it to use, or it's going to scrap." I was the first one to comment, first one to make an offer, and first one to drive my butt 20 minutes to get there. But intake the oil pan, harmonic balancer to flex plate, it is all there. Super cool gem, guys. This is where they would have had a boost gauge of some sort, has some silicone on it. Must have had some leaking issues. But of course, another reason how you know it's a 6.2 block is it has your oil line right here. So on a 6.2, if you look up here, there's no oil spot casted in the block. anywhere right here, which is where a 6.5 gets its oil feed from. So on the 6.2s, you have to build a custom line to come all the way over here above your oil filter. Right there. Which on my 2-wheel drive 6.2 I have sitting out at my parents' house that I put a factory 6.5 setup on. It's a 91, so it's a newer body style half ton. So I was able to put a factory 6.5 setup on it. I built a hard line, actually, that goes right here. And then I bent it all nice, and it crosses over and goes to your turbo that way. But the Banks kit comes with a nice steel braided line. And that is another way to know if it's a 6.2, is if it doesn't have your oil port up front. This, of course, is where your oil pressure sensor goes on these older engines. It's got the dual plane intake that someone either clear silicone or clear caulking the intake had on. Didn't have a gasket apparently. As you guys can see, on the 6.5 engines, the vacuum pump is belt driven. On these old 6.2s, it was actually driven off your oil pump drive, which on a 6.5 this is flat, of course. But a lot of guys are like, oh, that's your distributor sparks. This was a gas engine. And you tell them, no, they're wrong. This is your oil pump drive, which on a 6.5 it's flat. On your 6.2s, it had multiple uses. Vacuum pumps. They had a sensor here on the 91, starting at 91, for the 4L80 actually, and this was your VSS sensor, if I recall correctly. This was the sensor for your transmission. So, because the 4L80 is electronically controlled, everything before that was Turbo 400, 700R, things like that. So this is just the vacuum pump on this model to run the vacuum brakes or anything like that on the older trucks. So as you guys can see, this is a pretty sweet engine, pretty complete, still full of oil, which is a good sign. If it's full of oil, then usually you don't have as much of a chance of rust or anything like that because there's still oil in it, less room for water. And judging by the intake still being on it and all the injectors, things like that, I think we're pretty okay. Looks like it had a tarp on it most of its life, and maybe tarp blew off at one point, some leaves and sticks got on it, but it's fine. The paint still looks great. It's still, the aluminum isn't super oxidized like it's been out in the weather for a long time, which is kind of a plus of being out here in the West, here in Colorado, out in the Wild West, is a lot of things don't rust, just a little bit of surface rust at most, and it works out perfect. So now I'm going to tell you how much I stole this thing for. I couldn't pass the deal up. Guy posted on Facebook Marketplace, said someone please come get this thing or I'm going to scrap it. I have no idea what it is. I have no idea if it runs. The guy didn't even try and turn it over, nothing. He said, as is, where is, come get it or I'm going to scrap it. A few of my friends text me because they know I hoard these things and said, you better go get this thing. Hit the guy up. We talked, made a deal. I headed out there, went and got it. And I only gave $50 and a 24-pack of Michelob Ultra beer for this engine. Screaming deal. Best deal I've got on one so far. I've paid $250 for a few complete 6.5, 6.2 engines with turbo, things like that. That's about usually what I pay for them for a complete unknown engine. It's about $250. Got a screaming deal on this one. $50 and a case of Michelob. Stole it. I'm super excited, super stoked. Even if I just pulled the turbo kit off and sell it, or my girlfriend has a Ford Ranger, we might slap this thing in, who knows. Get rid of that old tired 2.3 liter, put a fun diesel in it. Or make a super great gas mileage vehicle, who knows. It's a little 2-wheel drive 5-speed Ranger. Little 6.2 in it, be awesome. Either way, I'll either add it to my stash, which I'll probably do for now until I verify if the engine itself's good or not. Sell the turbo kit, keep the turbo kit, sell the whole engine, who knows. We have a customer that needs a 6.5 engine for his 97 Chevy. Maybe the 6.2 bottom end will work out for that truck. Who knows? But I could not pass up $50 in a case of beer for a 6.2 with the full Banks turbo kit on it. So let me know if you guys have made any fun, quirky deals for an engine or truck parts or anything like that. Let me know if you guys think I got a good deal, which hopefully you do, because this was a screaming deal. I'm super stoked about it. Let me know if you're in the western Colorado area and you have one for sale. I'll come get yours too. Of course, this isn't a super crazy video, but I just wanted to show you guys we're adding another one to the fleet, another one to the collection, and we're gonna do something with it. And of course I'll video it if we end up tearing it down, kind of checking it out, things like that. But I just figured I'd show you guys this cool little thing I got. So thanks for watching, guys. Like, share, subscribe, comment, hit the bell. Let me know what you think about this awesome 6.2 engine. If you've had a Banks 6.2 turbo engine, how did you guys like it? And who knows, maybe let me know if you want this Banks turbo kit. I might just sell it to you. So thanks for watching, guys, and I will catch you on the next one.